Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm gonna do my March 2020 TBR. So, this is gonna be kind of my last, well, for right now, like standard TBRs. I might change it up in April and May. Right now I'm thinking them as free months. I might not put up TBRs. I might just let myself mood read whatever I feel like. But March is so many read-alongs, readathons that are taking place that I just have to put up a TBR because I've been thinking about these books all February, thinking what I'm going to read in March for them. So I am going to do a TBR this month, but probably April and May might not have TBRs. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. I haven't decided really. And there's Cooper, just so you know, and Truman's wandering around. The first book I'm going to pick up is I'm not really doing this for any read-along or readathon or anything, but I think it kind of goes with middle grade March. I don't know. That's put on by Krista at Books and Jams and Katie at Life Between Words. This is The Secret World of OGG by Peter Burton, illustrated by Patsy Burton, which I think is his daughter. So it has it's like a couple of kids who are, it's 4 or 5 kids, I don't remember now, who go underground and meet OGGs. So I remember a TV program from the 80s. I think it was just like a 2-hour cartoon or what. I don't remember now anymore. It's been so long. But I have memories of it. And one of my friends on Twitter had mentioned this as one of the books that she remembered from when she was a kid really vividly. And I was like, I don't know if I've ever read it. And I didn't own it. So I, of course, went and got a copy. So I'm going to probably reread this, or read it. I don't know if it's a reread. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't remember ever reading it, but I could have. I don't know. But I watched the TV show. I'm gonna read that. So that's kind of one of my little odd ones. I am taking part in March of the Mammoths. I did read 2 Mammoths last year. So again, that was books over 800 pages. You read in the month of March, you attempt that. And I did read 2 last year, which was pretty impressive. And I really enjoyed both books, actually. This year, I'm going to attempt Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. The reason is this is one of the oldest books on my TBR, and I would like to get through some of these. Again, I have books I've had on my TBR for years, decades. This book has been on my TBR for 17 years, so I'd really like to get to this. This is translated from the French by Norman Denny. So it has to be over 800 pages to be considered a mammoth. This is 1,230 pages, so it's gonna take me a while, but I'm really looking forward to actually attempting this and getting through this. I know that there's going to be slow points, so, I have other books that if I have to read something else. Yes, Cooper. Oh my gosh, cat. Anyway, so I'm hoping to get to this, getting through it all the way in March, but we will see how it goes, because it's pretty long. And I don't expect to pick up another mammoth. I do technically am on the list for The Mirror and the Light by Hilary Mantel, but I don't, because I'm the number where I'm at on the list, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get it until maybe the end of March, early April, so that's why I'm not counting that as, it's not technically on my TBR. So March Mystery Madness, I'm going to take part in that. That is put on by a whole bunch of booktubers. I know for sure Elizabeth at lizzyfayelovesbooks is one of the creators. It's been going for 5 years. I saw like stuff from Sarah at Steeped in Books mostly. So I'm really looking forward to this. And again, I have a lot of mysteries. I put up recommendations for both March of the Mammoths and well, recommendations and possibilities for both March of the Mammoths and March Mystery Madness. So this is again a month long for reading mysteries. First one I'm going to pick up is my library book because it's due next week, and that is A Madness of Sunshine by Nalini Singh. This is is her first thriller, so it takes place in New Zealand. I think on a coastal town. I'm not positive, but a smaller town, and somebody went missing years ago. I don't know. Yeah, and then this woman moves to town, and then somebody else goes missing. So it's kind of related to, I think the two cases are related, and she somehow is getting mixed up in it, and nobody knows who to trust who because this is a small town. Anyway, so, oh, cat. Anyway, so I do want to read that since I have to take it back to the library in a week. Another mystery I want to pick up is The Broken Girls by Simone St. James. I've been wanting to read this since I got this, and I don't know why I haven't picked it up. It has a dual timeline. 1950 and in 2014, in the 1950 timeline, we're at Idlewild Hall, which is a boarding school for girls who are kind of in trouble, I think. And one of the girls goes missing in the 1950 timeline. And then 2014, reporter, her older sister died on the grounds. I'm not sure at what point, at what time, but she's investigating that. So there's something going on in this Idlewild Hall. And I hear this is really good. A lot of people love this book, and I really want to read it. I want to read like all the books that she has, all of her premises. I'm like, I want to read those books, but I want to read one before I start collecting them. So I need to read that. And then the last mystery that I have not read before that I want to read, well, I've not read all the way through, and that is The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. This is translated from the Italian by William Weaver. So this is the oldest book on my TBR. It's again another one of those books that I want to get through this year that to knock them off. This is not the copy that I carried around for decades. I got rid of that one. It was a mass market that was huge and chunky, but it was falling apart. I mean, the cover was coming off. And so I got rid of it and got this at a library book sale. So I just, even though it's not the actual book that's been sitting on my shelf all these years, it's a book that I've still been on my TBR the whole time. So I, this is 1357. Some monks at an abbey call in an investigator, to help them because there's talk of heresy, and there's some monks that have died. And I think, at least I think so. Yeah, so 7 bizarre deaths. So anyway, so I don't know. I watched the movie many, many years ago, which is why I bought the book in the first place, because Christian Slater. Anyway, Sean Connery. And I don't know how close that relates. Anyway, I haven't seen the movie in years anyway, but I'm still looking for this. Again, it's mystery and it's historical fiction, so I really want to read that. And then the 2 books that are rereads, I'm going to restart my The Sheriff Dan Rhodes Mysteries by Bill Kreider. This is Too Late to Die is the first one. I have not read these. So I've read the whole series. There's 25 books. The last one was published last year after his death. And so we're not getting any more. 25 is it. So I've read them all now, and now I want to restart and read them all. I've never reread the series, so I'm really looking forward to it because, again, I read every book like every year and a half to 2 years, another book would come out, and I just read them in order after the early 90s. So I've been following this series for decades, and I've never reread it. So I'm really looking forward to taking the time to actually go back now and reread the books that I read when I was, I was a lot younger, and just read the series. I'm hoping to read them within a couple of years, just read all of them again. So anyway, Too Late to Die is the first one. I would like to read that one, and maybe read another one. And I don't even care what the mystery is about. It has to do with the sheriff in a county in Texas, kind of rural county in Texas. So this is kind of like a cozy police procedural is how I describe it. I just love all the quirky characters who live in the area and that he has to deal with. I love the whole setting. To me, it's fun. And then the other reread I want to do is another Mary Stewart. This is 9 Coaches Waiting. This is the next one I'm reading them chronologically by publication. I read all of these when I was a teenager because my mom and my grandmother loved her. So of course I got copies, and I have some really old copies. I bought these really nice new ones last year or year before. I don't remember. But I, have been trying to reread them, and just this 2019 I just never got to it. I don't know what was up with that. So I don't think I read more than one, and I meant to read like a lot of them. So I want to do at least one this month. This one is I guess Linda Martin as a governess, and she is taking care of a young boy, and so I think someone's trying to get the boy, and so she and the uncle of the boy are trying to thwart that. And so there is romance in here, but it's really not the main drive. It's the mystery of who is out to help who's trying to get the kid. Anyway, I'm not sure. I don't remember anymore. I've read this so many years ago, I can't even remember, which is why it's going to be a fun reread. So anyway, those are the books. I would pick up the books, but Cooper is now sitting on my lap, so I can't. And he's staring at me. Anyway, so that's it. Those are the books I'm hoping to read in March. What are you guys doing? Are you joining any of these read-alongs, readathons? There's so many. As I said, I had to, and this is curved. Like this, my first list had at least 3 or 4 other books on it that I was hoping to get to. But really, I think I will read a few more books in this, but I'm trying to keep it down. I didn't do very good. But anyway, as I said, this month is the last month I'm going to let myself do this, at least for a little bit. We'll see what happens. But again, I'm hoping to get a lot of mysteries read. I'm hoping to get my Mammoth read. And then I'm just going to throw that little Secret World of OGG in there and see what happens. So anyway, let me know what you're reading, or if you've read any of these or are interested, and let me know. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.